Welcome. Greetings, salutations, man. Thank y'all for joining in with me. I'm Larry M. Brooks, and this is episode 1 of Game for the Game. I'm gonna get quick to it and start it off on fire, moving fast. I didn't make this podcast for any other reason besides I want to die empty. Empty, you say? Yeah, empty. Empty because I got 5 sons and I have 4 daughters. And the worst thing I could do is die with all my information locked inside of me and rob them. That's why I want to die empty. I want to put it all out there. So my purpose is to create a platform where I can speak with them beyond the physical realm forever. Grandkids, great grandkids. I want to be able to talk to y'all forever. So this is episode 1, and I'm gonna start this thing with something that's been on my mind for a minute. My table. I like to eat. I ain't talking about food. I'm talking about getting it. You know what I'm saying? All these books you see behind you, t-shirts. I wrote and published all these books that you see, all of them. They're all on Amazon under Larry M. Brooks. Put my name in there and you can find them. Because I want to eat, have different sources of income coming in, you know? I'm a network engineer. Let's get straight to it. You know, it may look like something else to you, but I'm a network engineer. I have 4 college degrees. All that's readily available to you. But this is a game for the game. And I want to speak about the table because I like to eat. And some of the type of people that you might find at your table and why it's important to watch them and know what it means on what they bring in. 1, the person who brings a dish to your table. We're going to get to each one individually. 2, the person that brings drink to your table. 3, the person that brings a knife and fork. And 4, which I believe is one of the most important people to watch, is the person that brings a hammer. A hammer, you say? Who would bring a hammer to somebody's table and why? It could be positive. Stay with me. Before I go too further, I'm gonna address this cup, man. This cup got my name on it. Larry B. Hopefully the camera light good enough for you to pick that up. My sister Keyshawn bought me that cup. She was murdered about 3 months ago. I just want to say her name one time on the air. I'm gonna get back to that's gonna be a podcast for a different day where I'll go a little further into that. She was taken out by a coward and her daughter. But that ain't for today. This episode 1, we're gonna talk about that table. So we're gonna break down number 1. Number 1, the person that brings a dish to your table. The person that brings a dish to my table is always welcome. They welcome because I know they want me to eat too. They not coming empty-handed. They bringing something that they can put down and they can help me. It ain't that's just them taking. 2, person that brings drink. And drink for me is a drink. When I mean drink, I mean a party, alcohol. Not alcohol, but you know, somebody that bring entertainment, party, life. You know, they bring that to your table. They liven up the energy. That's good. But if that's all you got at your table, you ain't eating no food. You supplying the food, they supplying the entertainment, and that's not balanced. You know, so you got to be mindful of people who only bring entertainment value to you. You're like, oh, they there, they want to party, they want to hit the club. You know, you're not eating. You eating, they eating off you. They just bringing you party. But hey, if that's what you with it. Number 3, that person that only brings knife and fork. That's self-explanatory. They there to eat. They didn't bring nothing of value, nothing that you can benefit off of, but knife and fork. If you into feeding folks over and over and over again, you're a very charitable person, you have it. But if you have nothing at your table, people knife and fork, pretty soon you ain't gonna be eating. They gonna be eating, you gonna be starving. Then everybody gonna be starving. Then they probably gonna try to chew on you. 4, the person that bring that hammer. Hammer. That's kind of quirky, right? I meant for it to be. I want to touch that cup a lot, man. That's me saying, what's up, Keyshawn? But that's game for the game too, baby. But that person that bring that hammer, man, watch him. Because that's gonna be 1 or 2 people. That's gonna be your best friend or your worst enemy. A person that bring a hammer to the table might be there to build. They can expand your table where you can eat more. You can bring more people to it. They can fix a leg. They can add a chair. You know, that's beautiful. But what about that person that's knocking stuff around, beating your table down, breaking it? ain't nobody gonna eat. They gonna destroy the table. They gonna ruin the whole thing. And so you gotta be worried. You're not worried, but you gotta be conscious and cognitive about a person that brings a hammer. You gotta watch them because you really don't know that energy look the same. A destroyer and a builder always come in the same package. So if you're not 100% sure what you're dealing with, you better be careful if they got a hammer, because they either gonna expand you or they gonna destroy you. And like I said, man, I got 5 children, 5 sons, 4 daughters. I got 9 children, 5 sons, 4 daughters. And I used to call my children kids, man. And I did another take of this episode 1, and I said the word kids, and it brought this story to me, and I'm gonna share it again. But the word kid, that means baby goat. And how I learned that is funny to me, man. I was out doing some telecommunication work, running some lines into a lady's house to bring her some broadband service or something like that about 10 years ago, man. And I was repairing something in her house, but I remember I had to go into this basement, and I came in upstairs, and her older son or daughter, somebody let me in. I never met the older lady. And I say older because she was about 25 years older than me. But when I went down into her room, I felt this energy. And I was like, man, that's amazing. I knew I was about to meet somebody important, like a shaman or something. That's a great word for her, because that's what she was. And I knew it. Just as soon as I walked in the room, I could sense it. I smelled the incense and whatever that thing is they burned to get away evil spirits. I can't recall it off the top of my head right now, but it had those strong odors, and I knew I was, the crystals was everywhere. I knew I was in somewhere that I was about to get some energy, some good energy. So when I met the lady, her presence, I met it before I even met her, and I knew I was in an important place. So we started talking and swapping game for some game for the game. And I was so impressed with her. And I remember we got down to it. She was like, man, you attractive young man, yada, yada. You doing good with yourself, and you speak well. You're very articulate. She said, how many children you got? I'm just curious. I said, man, I got 6 kids at the time. She was like, kids? She said, you don't have any kids. And I was like, what does she mean? I know it's going so well. She's like, a kid is a baby goat. She said, she was just rapping so heavy. She was real heavy into that Atlanta stuff, man. Like the heavy black man stuff. But she was telling me, like, you just don't say the word kids. Don't chant kid out into the universe, because you don't have baby goats. She said that's an evil term, and that's from some people that you don't really understand. That's their language, and don't speak it, and don't speak it upon your children. And that just moved me. So every time I would say the word, like if I find myself slipping and using the word kid, it always take me back to that day. Like I pause and I correct myself, because I don't want to put that I have some baby goats out into the atmosphere, because I don't have any baby goats. I have children, and they are the number 1 priority in my life. That's why I'm here in front of this camera, trying to shoot my game into the atmosphere, into the universe, and put it on this platform, so that it's here for them. Anyway, man, hopefully some of this here bless y'all. Hopefully it entertains you, bless you, did something. But check in tomorrow, episode 2. I'll come up with the game in the morning after my prayer and my workout session. Thank y'all for tuning in.